Okay, let's bring him out of this turn and stop. Very good. Hello, and welcome to Fit to Be Tied, the workbook. My name is Jim Stockdale, the author of the book Fit to Be Tied. Hey, I want to thank you for taking part in these lesson series, and I want to thank you for purchasing our book. Share it with someone if you find it of value and believe that it would help them. Good morning from Tennessee. You can still see some of the smoke hanging in the background in the pasture behind the barn. Up early this morning, coffee, campfire, and God. Those things go together so good. And this was my office chair for many, many years as I was cowboying through the Dakotas and breaking colts. A lot of times, a lot of mornings at this time of day when the sun was just getting up, I was just heading out either to work in pastures with other cowboys or with my string of colts that I was breaking at the time. So many lessons learned right here in this saddle, custom made by Ben Swanky from Billings, Montana. It's a great investment in tools in your trade are an investment in your future. So what you're doing today is an investment in tomorrow. Listen, horses, like children and dogs, never stop learning. They're always learning something. And like us, a lot of times we have to unlearn things that we learned wrong. Sometimes we learn things that we just got to stop and back up and take a step backwards and say, wait a minute, that's not right. I got to do it the right way. I ask you to bring along for this first lesson a rope, because in this lesson we're going to talk about the idea that before God will use you for anything, He's going to tie you to something. And how your rope looks right now is very important. And I'm going to ask you in this lesson to evaluate. We're going to go around the room if it's a group, if it's just you as an individual. Evaluate where you are. What does your rope look like today? Have you been fighting what God's tied you to? If your rope doesn't have slack in it, God's not likely to use you for anything great until He ties you to something beneath you, less than great. Sometimes He ties us to something that just doesn't appeal to us. You may be tied to a 50-member church right now that you want to be a 500-member church. Maybe you're tied to a job that you don't like, or maybe you're tied to something that seems beneath you. But let me just say this to you. These lessons are designed to help you move from where you are to where God wants to take you. So don't fight the rope. If you're fighting now, step into it, because the best way to teach a colt to lead is just tie him up. And in the tying, he will learn through his own mistakes and errors that the least pain comes from stepping in and stop fighting the pressure. Hey, I hope you enjoy the lessons. I'm not teaching you the lessons. That is for you or your instructor to do. I just want to introduce you to the concept and the idea. So the next 6 lessons as we progress along, each lesson brings its own study and its own applications that I'm asking you to take part in. Be honest. Grade yourself. In this first lesson, you have an opportunity to grade yourself about where you are in the journey. So there's a scale there, and simply take a moment and mark it. Am I a 1, 2, 3? Maybe I'm an 8, 9, 10. But be honest with yourself. This is not a test that you're going to turn in and that I'm going to see the results of. This is for your benefit. So openly discuss the areas where you're struggling, and openly receive what God wants to do for you in this series of being fit to be tied. So God bless you. Thank you for participating. Hey, wherever you are, whatever part of the U.S. or the world you're in, be fit to be tied, and then you'll be fit for the ride. And God will do something great for you. God bless you.